Okay, Adam Bazalgette here in Southwest Florida, founder of Scratch Golf Academy. I want to talk to you today about how to square the club face consistently. Obviously, very important if you're going to have accurate shots. Now, a couple of things I want to touch on. One is a practice strategy, but first, let's talk a little bit about maybe what not to do and what to try to do. I'm going to suggest that it is not a good idea, I'm going to use this as an example here, it is not a good idea to be too controlling with your hands or try to time everything down with these small control muscles. Typically that's the first instinct of someone that's trying to control the club face, but I think it's better to talk about the release as more of a transfer of energy, more of a snap and a release of the club that way, like a towel snapping straight. If you try to release that manually with your hands, you're not going to have a very powerful or consistent release pattern. So number one, you pick another one of these up, and I've got videos elsewhere on this subject, but use your body to create potential energy in the club and then transfer the energy, much like cracking a whip or snapping a towel. That's where timing comes in. If you can do that consistently, time that release of energy consistently, it will kind of have an automatic factor to the release of the club. Okay, that's number one. Separately, even within that though, you still have to have some feel for squaring the club face. And let's talk about a couple of things, and then I'll show you a drill or two here as we go. It is never a good idea to roll the face and stall the handle. What we're trying to do is de-loft the left wrist and turn the club face in this fashion. That's what should be making the club close. Has two advantages. Number one, it de-lofts the club a bit and hits the ball more, compresses the ball more. And number two, it allows the left wrist to stay firm and stay in front of the club. Believe me, if this club is going this way and this is scooping, you're going to have any control over that thing. So we know it's a transfer of energy. We know as we transfer, the left wrist doesn't cup and scoop, it snaps and de-lofts like that. How do we get the right recipe? Hard answer here, or maybe an answer you don't want to hear. You've got to practice it a little bit. And listen, anything a variable like club face, you have to experience different things to gain skill. I promise you've got to get on a bicycle to learn the fine-tune of balance, and you've got to make a few mistakes as you go. So here's what I'm going to suggest. You can see the flag in the distance. Take some little three-quarter shots, make some strikes till you're hitting the ball solidly, and then overdo that a little bit, and then don't do it so much, and start to see how the ball moves. Get some skill and acquire some experience. I'm going to overdo it this time. And you can see that that ball, if you can see it on the camera, is the left edge of the green. In this next one, I'm going to try to make the same basic swing, and I won't close the club so much. And that one is right towards that right side bunker. So again, my variable is that. The energy is from the body out to the club. Got to practice it a little bit and play with some ideas, get the ball to move different ways before you'll really have ownership over that skill.